One. Bam, 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 bam. Welcome to the Mirepoix.
Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our 13th, episode 13 of the Mirepoix.
Right on Halloween, before we dive into anything, can we just talk about how, we intentional. We're doing this.
Even when we're not intentional, we're very intentional.
Very intentional. We out here bringing it to life. Episode 13 for y'all. And right on Halloween is the way we like to do it. And so just to dive right into it, harvest season, all that good fun stuff. We got November coming up.
Yeah, man. And, the Mirepoix, man. Give us the breakdown of who we are, man.
Bam. All right. So, the Mirepoix is a wonderful reduction, or a mother sauce or mother stock, so to say, out in French cuisine and French culture. And essentially represents onions, carrots, celery, simmered down, a little bit of butter and fat to bring together a wonderful, lively base or start for our wonderful conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we are the base to all things food, wine, and service industry. We like to bring our stories, our experiences to you, and wrap it all around the whole concept of the Mirepoix, man. So, yes, welcome. And your name, man. Let the people know who you are, bro.
Well, we got what I am, who I am. I am Gilberto Casimiro Valdez Arias, the Guild Master for the Guild TX. You can catch us at the Guild TX on Instagram as we continue to build our portfolio, build ourselves up. You'll be able to catch us soon on just about every single platform. Boom, let them know who you are. Let's hear that clap.
Yo. So this is Chef Caius from the Chef Caius Experience, where we provide a luxurious dining experience in the comfort of your own home or the environment of your choosing. So we do whatever you need, wherever you need us, weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, all types of things. So just giving you an elevated experience at your convenience. So check us out at thechefcaiusexperience.com or at Chef Caius on Instagram, Facebook, all of the above, baby.
And in case you didn't catch it, he did say doo-doo.
Did I?
Yeah, because we pooping on it. We are destroying the competition one bite at a time.
That was it. Did you hear that, for? Did I say that, or are you just saying it?
No, you did say, you said we do. Because we pooping on them, because we intentional. Episode 13, Halloween, here you are with the Mirepoix. That is us. We are y'all.
It's already getting spooky in here.
And we hope to catch y'all live, to join us, to make some magic happen. So just to dive right into it, honestly,
yes.
I've been dying for a drink today. I need to dive right into some good wine. So,
the antisocial for number one, right?
Boom, antisocial, because that's us. We got our door locked. We ain't letting no kids knock on our door.
No children here, buddy.
No, sir. We like to treat ourselves in different ways, not involving a lot of sugar. So special shout outs to the antisocial. Not only does it have a nice skull on the bottle to help fit that theme, but to help fit ourselves and our theme in our anti-sugar, anti-candy life. This wine carries zero residual sugar. They do good in the fermentation process. What that means for us, what that means for you, what that means for me is no headache the next day.
So I see with 71% Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yes, sir.
26%
Sangiovese and a little 3% Tannat.
I was getting there. But,
dude, I just had that thing memorized, though. That
beautiful Texas wine right here.
That wine sits in my head rent-free. It is an absolutely beautiful drink. Sometimes a lot of people like to use wine for date nights, and like to impress. And, hey, baby, I'm going to make steaks and we're going to have wine tonight. The antisocial, I like to call the patio pounder. You don't need an excuse. You don't need a reason. You just need to uncork it, pour it up, and have a good time with those you wish to be social with. So,
hence the name.
Cheers to you, my friend.
Salud, brother, to the antisocial on this
the Mirepoix.
Lovely Monday the 13th.
And you know what? I'll just, one time for the viewers, I'll hit y'all with one of these.
Yo, this guy's crazy.
Because that wine do be good, though.
It's hitting. This is actually pretty good wine, though.
Yeah, smooth, silky, easy drinking. It's a great Texas wine. Pretty sure all these grapes are sourced out of the hill country, actually, down here over by Fredericksburg, all that good fun stuff. So, without further ado, our next wine, I know a little bit less on it, but it's called Time Waits for No One.
Tell me the backstory. We actually had a kind of stumbled across this wine.
Yeah. So, it's one of those things that as we move forward with designing experiences and as we create and grow in what the service industry can truly do, the eyes have become one of the major senses we try to please. And with that, our eyes caught this label, perfect for Halloween. Got a little skull and crossbones on it. And, we were at Central Market trying to build up of course, our beautiful charcuterie board. We'll dive into that in just a second. But also we like to do, our shopping wherever we can get it. The fresher things, draw us personally. And while we were there, we were just browsing wine. We saw this guy, and someone told us, hey, they're doing a little tasting on this with a little bit of their frozen pizzas. Which honestly, the frozen pizza wasn't that bad, but I
mean, it's frozen pizza.
Yeah, you get what you get.
Yeah, for sure.
And I will say, wait till we get our own pizza oven, you'll see what real pizza be looking like. Tapping into neither of us are Italian, but we'll do better pizza than them. That's how we do. It's the Mirepoix. We tackle it all, regardless of culture, denomination, or anything under the sun. But yeah, they gave us a little taste, and it was actually really, really smooth. We got to try it before we picked out anything for our charcuterie, so it pairs really well, not only with the antisocial we're drinking, but with all the wonderful meats, cheeses, and everything else under the sun we ended up finding. So here's going to be the fun one.
Yeah. Yeah,
how are we going to get that to the camera so they can see all that we got going on?
I guess I'll.
And I get to be our announcer. All right, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, buddy.
Calling up to the stage, charcuterie. Bum bum bum. Oh man, someone said time waits for them. Well, here, look, we get to show you. We're going to need to get a little up, up, up. There we go. Okay. So what you see right up front is the walnuts, the smoked duck breast, a little bit of beautiful rye bread. And you can see that little purple mound there. That's actually a blueberry goat cheese. So as we make our way around, you might start seeing those little eyeballs. We try to bring a little something special for you. From there, we have a beautiful cured and aged dried beef with plenty of herbs, seasonings, spices, all that beautiful goodness. We got some rambutan on there for anyone that does recognize it, a beautiful little fruit. And as we move more, we got some beautiful feta cheese, shining bright and white like a spooky, scary skeleton. Because that's what we're looking to do. Not only are the flavors there, the presentation's there. As I mentioned, we're more than just food. We are a whole experience here at the Mirepoix, to play off of Kais's name there. And that experience does encompass more than just the sense of taste. We have the sense of smell going. We have the sense of eyeball. We got eyes rolling out the way. Let's see if I can. I'll save that for later. But yeah, all in all, a beautiful charcuterie board tackling more than just one sense. We know charcuteries are used to enhance experiences, flavors, and other such things you may already be doing. So without further ado, I'm going to ask you, guys, what are you most excited to try on this?
So one of the accoutrements that we have here is also a raspberry jalapeno jam.
Oh.
And I also had some jalapeno cream cheese in the fridge. Just kind of already lurking, just already looking at me. And I thought, man, one of my childhood favorite memories is my mother buying bagels and doing some cream cheese with jelly on top. You got the sweet, the savory, the salty all coming together. And I thought, hey, man, on this rye bread, I did a little bit of a truffle drizzle. So I'm looking forward to this beautifully, right? This fresh baked rye bread with this jalapeno raspberry jam along with this jalapeno cream cheese. And the duck, bro.
Dude, that duck be looking beautiful.
Can we
dude.
I can't wait till we can we go to commercial real quick and just
and just really throw down now. On that note, we jalapeno taste buds. Don't ever forget the Mirepoix. But I just like you can't just casually drop truffle. Like that's how you know we're spoiled out here at the Mirepoix. When just truffle is just a casual like just a little bit. Boom. Done.
Honestly, man, truffle is casual nowadays. Like truffle is any and everywhere. They put truffle in hot sauce, bro.
Yeah. And it makes that hot sauce like $55 more expensive.
But we didn't do all that around here. Not quite yet. I'm looking forward to the day where I can actually have the wild caught, black truffle just kind of being milled
now
from the forest.
I was under the impression that all truffle has to be like wild source. Like they haven't, science has gone a long way, but hasn't figured out how to farm truffle yet.
Well, I mean, in terms of having an infused oil or truffle cheese, like just actually getting the actual truffle.
Yeah, the whole thing. See, that's where it gets expensive when you start getting
a bite right here, man. When you get done, I'm gonna need you to grab this rye and do exactly what I just did, man.
What'd you do on the rye? I did feta and regular bread. Well, French bread, but
this is great. This is
man. That honestly, that's the beauty of charcuterie.
Hey, I'm never mad at a charcuterie board. A charcuterie board for those who are a little challenged with the word.
But I will say the flavors ain't never challenging. That's why we presented a treat for this Halloween episode, and this treat is a beautiful charcuterie board. It is I don't know, you can do whatever the hell you want with a charcuterie board. I've been seeing people out in the hill country give quote unquote charcuterie lessons where they try to teach you how to put a charcuterie board together. And I think, honestly, skip those classes, just learn about flavors. There's a really good book called The Flavor Bible, which will kind of teach you and guide you and mold you on what pairs well together, how flavors interact with each other, so you can comfortably and confidently make your own pairings the way we do now with this beautiful little charcuterie board.
Bro, I'm so excited about this.
Dude, I'm gonna let me do this little rye, and you said right there, boom.
I'm gonna help a brother out.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Well, thank you, sir. And for those at home, honestly, all this did come from HEB, Central Markets. I'm sure you have your own local grocery store, even up in Washington, that you can find. That is the one trick about charcuterie boards is how much was it? Like $85, $96 or something like that we had to spend to put all this together?
Quite a bit, but
well worth it though.
Yeah, I'm not, well worth it. I'm not mad at it at all.
Man, that was no joke right there. The rye with that little thing. Woo.
Yeah, that was the money for me.
Ooh, and hold on. Let me get a little antisocial to go with that. That's going to be a beautiful little pairing.
Sure.
God.
So real quick, man, how have you been, brother?
Oh, man.
It's been a whole week since we spoke. It feels like.
I mean, I'm glad it does feel that way because it has been exactly 7 days since you saw us last. So, man, it has been quite a wonderful week. Every week it can be wonderful. If you don't believe it, you should watch some more Arthur. But, man, my PR team, the lady I was hiring to help me out with the branding, they finished my logo. They finished like all the little different stuff they were knocking out for me. So later tonight, early tomorrow morning, you're going to see some posts start going active. And essentially the way I'm going to be doing it is advent calendar. So I'm going to make all my posts for the next month or two, and I'm going to lock them all behind some caution tape, behind some, under construction. And I'll allow the viewers and the fans and the friends and everyone else to kind of let me know what you want to see first through interaction. So the descriptions will all be the same descriptions for what that final post will be. Whether it's, hey, this post is about a beautiful dinner I did. This post is about leadership. This post is about camaraderie and teamwork, X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Kind of give you a little sneak tease at what's hiding under that under construction sign. And then every week, I'll tally up, which gets the most likes, which gets the most interaction. And those will be the ones that I unveil, release for you as we do some reels. So if you haven't yet, at the Guild TX, Guild is spelled Gild. So fully spelled, that is at TheGildTX. And that's what I'm going to be cranking out, working on. That's what I've been looking over this past week, building up. So that has been my week. Get ready for it. Boom, bombs dropping.
So you can actually keep talking, bro, because I would love to just keep eating.
Oh, Boot, I got you. Talking is my specialty. I'm the man with the motor mouth, the silver tongue.
Yeah.
Is Gilberto Casimiro Valdez.
Real quick, the next combo here is the the blueberry goat cheese, also infused with some thyme and lemon. I did that with this sourdough bread.
Literally just French bread.
Okay, so French bread.
Put a little butter on it. Yeah, throw it under panini press.
Got some nice grilled marks on there. This blueberry with the blood orange. That is,
man, dude, I didn't even shout out the blood orange on there.
We got some blood orange, some figs with balsamic, a little bit of goat cheese sprinkle.
You did cop them figs.
Oh yes, sir. I had to get the figs. You already talked about the monkey tongues.
Man. Dude, for the people that are sleeping on figs, them Newtons don't do them justice.
Nobody's sleeping on figs at this point. I like to think our audience is.
There's some luxurious foodies.
Yeah, they got to be the. Shout out to the cat right now. But yeah, man. So a little bit about what I've been doing is very similar, man. I've been catching up with my team. Linked up with a new friend, Audrey, who's going to be helping me get some pretty solid contracts here in the future. Getting the group, the band together to be able to, we're getting ready to take over San Antonio. You guys stay tuned. Chef Kai's experience is looking to grow into an entire experience, not just food, but just all things inclusive, from the service, entertainment, X, Y, and Z. We are looking to really wow you guys. So stay tuned as we develop on that. And then this weekend, going back to one of my favorite clients, ranch. We're going to the ranch this weekend, bro. So
God, I love that ranch.
It's such a peaceful experience, and what makes it so peaceful are the people.
Mm-hmm.
The people are just really chillaxed. They have a standard, obviously. They're just so easy to work with, easy to work for, and yeah. So we'll be heading out to the ranch this weekend, brother. So
Then you going this weekend?
It's going this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The first weekend of the month. We'll be going back for Thanksgiving. Oh, speaking of which, I haven't dropped it just yet, but I have my Thanksgiving package already together. So if you guys are looking for an elevated Thanksgiving, you know, where you don't want to cook, you don't want to clean, all you want to do is have your family over and, you know, do the family thing, we have a Chef Kai's Experience package with some really nice elevated add-ons you can do. You can add some lamb chops, some short ribs, some seafood dressing. Not forget Bertho, who's allergic to shellfish. We have all types of stuff. So
don't be people my weakness like that, man. That's a y'all just got let in on the most confidential secret. I hope y'all forget.
They will. But yeah, man. So super excited about things are coming up, and it's here, man.
Hey, wait. What about that ebook? You've been stressing all the past 2 weeks about it.
We got it done. Literally got it done Friday at like 11:50.
There we go.
Got it done. So
what's that look like? Is that something I can buy? Where can I buy it? What's it look like?
The ebook is complete. You just need to put a landing page together so you guys can go ahead and purchase it. And so with this ebook, what we pretty much did was do some non-traditional holiday food that you could use to really wow your family, wow your guests. You know, we've seen the turkeys 1,000 times, the ham, you know, the regular dressing and sweet potato casserole. I wanted to give you guys something just a little bit different, man, to just give you some showstoppers, what's that? You know what I mean? Like, no one sees a turkey and they're like, okay, we got turkey, we got ham, we got dressing, we got mashed potatoes. No, we're giving you some wow factor to your holiday season. So and that's literally what it's called, the wow factor of the holiday season. So
and it really will be.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I'm gonna say this as someone who's had to work an event with you before, or who got the pleasure, I should say. Your instruction is very clear. So for those wondering at home, don't worry, you shall not be confused. Oh, dude, you got to pass me one of those.
Bro, this right here. Sorry,
I was looking for it.
Oh,
there we go. Oh, yeah.
Bro, this duck is actually really good.
Yeah, better be.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Bro, I think that's going to be the biggest issue.
That should have been a part of your ketchup, bro.
Oh, because my tacos?
Yeah, man.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I got some compliments for some really good chefs from it.
Yeah.
I made my own tacos from fully all the way through from scratch. Made my own tortilla. It was a roasted red pepper tortilla.
Talk to me.
I did my own duck. Did it 2 ways just to really experiment. Had a smoked duck breast as well as a grilled duck breast. I got the skin real nice and crispy on it, which added a great texture to the taco itself. Beautifully cooked, of course. And then I made a duck lorong sauce. That really incredibly played well, not just with the savory of the roasted red pepper tortilla, and of course, you know, it has duck in the name, so you know it's designed to go with the duck on there. And then I made a slaw from citrus peel, added a little bit of jalapeno juice to it to give it a nice little spice to kind of balance out, the flavors there,
bro.
And all in all, they were some fantastic tacos to say the least. So, dude, and I'm gonna start experimenting with tamales soon. Oh man!
So about 2 years ago, when I was a server in my server days, man, I really wanted to experiment with tamales because I knew that was a big holiday thing. You know, tamales everyone eats. The grandma abuela makes about 7 different variations of it. You know, week-long process. And honestly, man, I got so overwhelmed with how long it takes to do it and all the different steps.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like...
Bro, it takes an army. It takes truly an army. So there was a time a few years ago where I was looking to make some extra money, and I've always loved experimenting in the kitchen. So, you know, I'll be the first to say I'm not a chef, and then a chef will turn right around and be like, nah, bro, but you kind of are. And that's just because I experiment and I play around and I figure stuff out. And, you know, I watch stuff on YouTube. I read cookbooks. I think I've read through like 10 different cookbooks in my life, playing with all their recipes to the point where I can understand them conceptually and play around with them myself. But a few years ago, was kind of needed to make some extra cash. And so I reached out to my bestest friends, old Justin Cruz and Quincy MF Jones. Y'all know what the MF stand for. Don't be shy now. And the 3 of us sat there all day, and we made a total of about 1,200 tamales. Literally,
man.
Yeah, no, I picked
1,200?
1,200, brought them back to my house. I will say this is the beauty of tamales. All the ingredients necessary, mind you, didn't have to pay labor because those are my best friends. Shout out to them. But the ingredients for 1,200 tamales came out to like $200, $250, something like that. I can't remember the exact number, but it was somewhere around there. And we made them all. We, of course, drank while we were doing it. You know, we had ourselves a good time, bleep, blop, blooping. But then for the next pretty much weekend, because tamales fly off the shelves, you literally can never have enough. I literally would just load up a backpack, get them nice and warm, get some frozen, and I would walk myself down the Riverwalk, up and down, selling tamales to all the servers, all the bartenders, all the tourists. So be on the lookout. Some people, you know, I'm Mexican Santa Claus out here, swinging by tamales for everyone to taste up and get rolling.
Say Nico.
Hey, yeah, that's me.
I'm pretty sure I didn't say that right. But you
yeah, no, we know what you're saying. We know what you're saying.
Yeah, man, there's something about San Antonio, man, especially on the Riverwalk. You can go out there with a cooler full of tacos, tamales, whatever you want, and people are going to support. And San Antonio, downtown San Antonio, has a really big drinking audience. You got all the pub runs and
Yeah.
tourists out there.
So I haven't checked the numbers. I haven't checked the numbers recently, but like 10 years ago was when I last saw the numbers. San Antonio was the fourth most popular tourist destination in the world.
Can you imagine that? Like living here,
dude. I honestly, no.
Yeah.
When I first read it, I was like, what? People are coming here?
It blows my mind that people tell me, "Hey, I'm here visiting San Antonio," and I'm just like,
why?
For real though. But San Antonio is a beautiful place. I feel like San Antonio is more beneficial for local people than it is tourist people.
Well, hold on a second. Let me
get that in there, man. I'm loving this charcuterie board, bro.
Yeah, all day, every day of the week, 6 ways from Sunday.
I feel so fancy eating my smoked duck. This beautiful antisocial red wine.
Dude, honestly, the antisocial is like made for duck, bro. This is a good little pairing.
Is that right?
Duck breast only.
Duck breast. I need a duck breast.
You know,
that's a horror story for you. We'll get to that.
But what I was about to say while I had my mouth all full is San Antonio kind of cheat those numbers as far as tourism goes, because San Antonio is home to, I'm pretty sure, the most convention centers that any city has. We have like 6 or 7 convention centers. We have a whole bunch of larger hotel chains that have their own, meeting rooms, conference areas, things like that. So San Antonio really is the place to be as far as businesses are concerned when it comes to, where should I, book my next thing? Do it at San Antonio. There's a lot of culture here. There's a lot of vibes down here. All the conference centers are cheap to rent out because there's 7 of them in competition with each other. All the hotel rooms are competing against each other. So, the beauty of free market.
And then there's like 7 different military bases out here. So,
dude, shout out to Space Force.
Yeah.
That's all we'll say on that one.
So, it is Halloween tonight, man.
Yeah. Tricks and treats and spooky stories all around.
My girl came to kick it with us for a few days this weekend with the kiddos.
Yeah.
And shout out to Maddie and Delaney that won the Halloween contest yesterday. Man.
Oh, yeah. They were telling me. They went as the Addams Family, right? And they had Cousin It with them?
Yeah, so Maddie went as Wednesday, and Cousin It was her little candy basket, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Which, for me, that alone won the contest. And then Delaney was Roger Rabbit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so pretty cool. And they won. So tonight we're kidless, though, because they got school tomorrow. So sad.
This is America.
But our neighbors are jamming out. I've seen a few kids walk around with their little trick-or-treat baskets and whatnot. But this is our treat.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, we got a few tricks for y'all, man. We got some pretty crazy stories. At least I have. I'm sure you
man. So for tonight's topic for y'all, we know this is a laid-back episode. We know a lot of y'all have us just on in the background while the kids are doing their thing, while you're getting those door-to-door trick-or-treaters. So today's topic at hand is all the tricks, all the horror stories that we have had in our journey, as well as, anyone out there in the audience, feel free to type it in, share some of your horror stories with us, or if you'd rather, prefer to share those blessings, all the treats too. We know it's Halloween's on 2 sides. It's got 2 sides of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, before we dive into that, I want to talk about Halloween being my favorite holiday.
And it being my least favorite. So this is the trick and treat right here.
Hey! And I want to be the trick, bro. No, I want to be the treat.
You the treat.
Yeah. So
you the treat, man.
I will say this. the reason we went how we came today, why we came today, is because Halloween, I will say, as far as like foodie culture goes, it is not the holiday for us. It is not the holiday for the foodies. It is not the holiday for anyone other than, people who like to have a good time and party. And so I will say, as an event planner, I've had a lot of really fun Halloween celebrations. But if I were to sit here and tell you I've done a paired Halloween dinner, oh, you out your mind. When it comes to Halloween, people are either looking to take care of the kids and throw a little party, bobbing for apples, or they're looking to take care of their inner young adults and, bob for shots and things of that nature.
I'm sure there's a world where you can elevate an Halloween experience.
Yeah, dude, it's a Halloween party. You can have a nice Halloween party, a costume party, everyone all dressed up, X, Y, and Z, but I don't think anyone will ever, at least not in my experience, probably not in yours, come and say, hey, you know what I want to do for Halloween? I want a 6-course meal paired with wine.
Hey, I feel like I've seen, maybe on the TV shows, like the little chef competitions where they had to do like Halloween themed items. They use like brain, sweet breads, things like that, organs, or candy corns and stuff like that. Honestly, man, and if it's not a thing, I think that means there's a market for it. Because if people really celebrate, I'll tell my story next. But I never celebrated Halloween. My dad's a pastor. My whole family's like super religious, and I don't like sweets. So I grew up not celebrating Halloween, and I don't like sweets anyway. So I don't like to dress up. I like my style. And I don't like to do anything extra. So I skip Halloween all of my life. And now that I'm 30, I feel no void. And this is the most I've ever celebrated Halloween during a Halloween episode, man.
Hey, shout out to that. Shout out to all those at home.
Mirepoix, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really feel like for those who are super pro Halloween, I think there's a market for an elevation to your typical Halloween party, man.
Yeah, and I think that comes through the form of, charcuteries, snacks, because, at least for me, so, honestly, Halloween as a kid, I do not remember much. I had very controlling parents. That it's not so much they ever denied me from Halloween. It was more so Halloween and most, if not all, days growing up were about my parents and not really about me. So I always, had to wear what they wanted me to wear, do how they wanted me to do X, Y, and Z. But once I got older and was able to, start making my own decisions, Halloween became a whole lot of things I can't remember.
You became the adult.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. And I definitely started celebrating Halloween in a very kid-free manner. Honestly, the very first time I ever blacked out in my life was it was around Halloween. It was definitely a Halloween party, but there was an Arizona State game going on, and of course I was an Arizona State student, and the shirts they were giving out, that the school was giving out, because it was our quote-unquote blackout game, because it was the spooky Halloween-themed game. The shirts they were giving out was ASU, blacking out since whatever year they first opened. And so, I did as the shirt said. I was a freshman. I wanted to fit in. So during the game, of course, we were drinking heavily, tailgating. If y'all missed the episode, scroll back a bit. We did just make a playlist so you can binge it. But then I go to a Halloween party afterwards, and I thoroughly blacked out. And ever since then, man, I've loved Halloween parties. It is just like when I was, I think
it's crazy,
27 years old. So 3 years ago, October was a dangerous month for me, as pretty much every weekend, almost every day, I was at a Halloween party.
Wait, how does that work?
You party all the month of October, baby. October 13th, bam, Halloween party. October 22nd, boom, Halloween party.
That's so over my head, man.
Man, it's commitment.
It's over my head. Well, yeah, that's cool and all. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely interested in elevating your Halloween party. You know, if you are one of those Halloween experts, finiciados, hit up your boy.
Hey, so to that end, let's plan it. The Mirepoix Halloween party.
So right now we got tailgate, Mirepoix tailgate.
Yeah.
Now we're on the Mirepoix
Halloween party. Yeah. What? So
this board alone has to be.
Oh, dude, I'm imagining a whole table. I'm imagining a whole charcuterie table.
I'm so content with this board. I don't need anything else, man. That duck though.
Oh yeah, you know, I'm
get in there, bro. Because if you don't, I will. The duck, I'm loving the rye bread.
Dude, the rye bread, honestly, I did not expect it to be as good as it is.
It's the truffle, bro. It's that truffle that just kind of gives you that nuance, the little herbaceous, earthy nuance behind it, along with the duck. Oh, it's just incredible, man. I hope this is Ashmere for y'all. Just talking about it. We need that person out there.
Thank you. Yeah, so before y'all start saying, hey, how come Kais is always the one having to get up out of his chair and run and grab things? I'm literally solidified in here because I also double as our engineer. That's a good word for it. So, before I end up filling up my stomach with, beer, shots, wine, assorted foods, I think it's time.
Dun, 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 dun. This is the purge. This is the purge, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all can hear this too. Oh, is it that time?
It's that time. I really do. You know what? Just in case y'all couldn't, I'm going to play it one more time.
That's the one to play it, bro. What's happening here?
Boot Jalokia Ghost Pepper. So I'm going to dive into this. While I make my way through this challenge, if you want to start telling all the good folks at home all the different horror stories, that way I can focus on the task.
You don't want the all eyes on me, the spotlight, bro. This is going to be hilarious. For sure, man. I'll tell y'all. I just got so many stories, man. I don't know where to begin.
Oh, dude, after playing that noise, I feel like I have to do the whole pepper.
Mind you, this is a ghost. It's a
Jotbalakia ghost pepper. It is one underneath the Carolina Reaper, which is unfortunately no longer the hottest pepper in existence because, science is a hell of a thing.
It really is.
And I have I have no milk or any parachute to escape out of this, so I'm going to take some of this real quick.
You're going to take some jalapeno cheese. Coating.
Yeah, jalapeno ain't spicy. We all know this. We've all been alive long enough. So actually, you got chat up. We got someone sharing with us.
Operative Coke Zero.
Operative Coke Zero. Operative.
Yeah.
Coke Zero.
So I don't know what it would be more. I don't know what would be more spooky: restaurant horror stories, or incompetent coworkers, or Frankenstein guests. It says Franken guests, but
Franken guests. Oh man. Okay, hold on.
What do you say? I will say incompetent coworkers.
So I'm gonna say this. One of the first spice challenges I ever did in my life, I was like 6 years old. And we were in Cozumel, it was me and my family, and we had hired this tour guide to take us around beach to beach, have that whole fun. And when we stopped for lunch, he was cooking some habaneros, and I was like, I love spice, I'm 6 years old. And he made me eat like 3 habanero peppers, and I did. And then from there...
Crazy guy.
My time at Bohannon's, I'm sure the video exists, still out there. They made me eat some pepper, I can't remember, some form of ghost pepper. But while y'all dive into Operative Coke Zero's horror story of incompetent coworkers and franken guests, I shall be suffering in the background with my Bucholokia ghost pepper.
So I'll tell you this. Before I became Chef Kai's from the Chef Kai's experience, I was a server. Did I hit?
Right off the bat. No, you good though.
I want to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's a good thing our camera is not HD.
Oh man, yo. Okay, so I was a server, right? And everybody knows that I was passionate about cooking. I aspired to be a chef. I want to do my own thing. My manager at Yard House was like, "Yo, you should go work for a Boiler House as a cook." I was like, "Man, I have no like real life kitchen experience besides my."
Hey, that was the whole thing, though. That was the whole thing.
You do another one? Besides my in-home chef experience. He's like, "Nah, man, just go do it." Cool. So I went to Boiler House. During the interview, I was like, "Yeah, I got all this chef experience. I've been a chef here, there, and the other." And I won $17 an hour, which was pretty high for a cook, so to speak, at that time. It's like, "Yeah, man, you sound very passionate. You like what you're saying. You got it. You got the job." So cool. I get the job. I started off as a appetizer guy, doing their bison meatballs, all their Kobe burgers, things like that. And I guess the chef saw that I had a particular interest in doing things right. He's levitating. Like, the spirit.
I will survive.
The spirit.
Woo!
This is great. Mind you, we had dude eat a Thai chili like a few weeks ago, months ago or whatever, and did not get this reaction.
Bujalakia, bro. Bujalakia. Like, dude, I am sweating. Screw popping mollies. Pop a ghost pepper, I'm sweating.
This is different, bro. I've never seen this guy sweat like this. But yeah, so okay, back to the horror. Here's the horror. So I'm just excelling in my appetizer station, and then one night is a weekday night. It's like a Thursday or so. It was like, "Hey man, how do you feel about doing steaks?" I was like, "I can do steaks in my sleep," which I can. I'm really great at making steaks. So it was like, "Okay, we're gonna put you on a steak." Which anybody that works in the restaurant industry, or particularly in the kitchen, the steak is like
that's the kingpin right there.
That's the kingpin. Anybody put you on grill, that is top level positioning. This is like my third week there. So I'm like, "Oh, they already put me on stage, yo." Check me out as a home cook. You know what I'm saying? So my first night, I'm killing the game, yo. All the servers are coming back like, "Who made the steaks?" The guests are complimenting the steaks. Like, and I've been working there for 3 weeks. I never heard anybody come back with compliments. So it's in my head, yo. Like, I'm that guy. So the next day, obviously, is a Friday.
Ooh!
It's a Friday. I come to work, and Chef is there. Honcho Chef is there. He's like, hey, Kai, I heard you were killing on the steak section. I was like, "Yeah, Chef, just doing my thing." He was like, "Great. We're gonna put you on steaks again tonight. It's a Friday night, guys." I'm like, "Hey, easy money, Chef. I got you." Now, this particular restaurant was like a ticket calling restaurant. So you didn't have the machine spitting out orders to you. The chef will literally get the check and call it out to you, and you have to just remember off the top of your dome. So for whatever reason, this particular night, Chef kept calling out ribeyes, and I was hearing New York strips. It's some bro, you need some water, man.
No, I have evolved. I have become stronger.
Don't forget your OJ over there if you need it.
On this Halloween night, I have once again ascended the ladder. I am the Spice King.
You got that, man.
All right.
I'm with you. But yeah. So every time I'm sending him out this New York strip, he's like, "Hey, Kai, I told you ribeye." I was like, I could have sworn you said New York strip. Mind you, this happened like 4 times.
Ooh.
And so finally I was like, all right, chef, I'm in the game. I don't know what's happening, but I'm going to just start calling it back to you. And no worries. So in the midst of all of this chaos, right?
Friday nights are chaotic enough on their own.
It's crazy. And they send me out a steak, or I send out a steak that comes back. Hey, chef, we need this cooked up some more. Cool, I'm cooking up the steak, and then boom, they throw me out a tomahawk steak.
Ooh,
which is $100 steak, right? I look in the fridge. I'm like, hey, chef, we don't have any tomahawks. He was like, oh man, I guess nobody brought it out or something like that. I guess they didn't stock it. So in my mind, I'm thinking we're not going to cook the steak because we don't have the steak. In his mind, he's thinking, I went to the back to go butcher off this tomahawk, and I proceeded to. So, we're cooking the steak, 30 minutes into service. Chef calls for the tomahawk. I said, Chef, I never got the tomahawk because I didn't know. He was like, you didn't get the tomahawk? I was like, no.
Whoa.
So it's like, go run and get the tomahawk. Sorry, go run and get the tomahawk. They're like, put it in the oven, whatever. That same steak that kept getting sent back got sent back 3 times.
No.
So I'm cooking it a 3rd time because now it was 2 over. So I cooked the tomahawk. This steak is being cooked for the 3rd time at this point. And I turn around to rush to give the food runner the steak, or the expo chef the steak. And as soon as I turn around, that steak falls to the ground.
Oh no!
It just drops.
Oh no!
And I'm looking at the ground like, and everybody else is looking at me like,
oh no!
I know you was not about to pick up that steak, which I wasn't. But you gotta know that in that heat of the moment, all things considered, bro, I'm looking at that steak like, hey, 3-second rule. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, I'll cook it off.
Yeah, but obviously we don't do that. But just in the heat of the moment, bro, things cross your mind.
Dude, that is quite the nightmare scenario.
I tell you what, right after that, it was like, so we're gonna put you back on apps for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
It was like, and then the sous chef is all up in my head, like, yo, don't freak out, like, don't let this get to you. Don't let this get to you. She said that to me like 30 times that night. I'm like,
which only makes it get to you that much more.
It made it so worse. So,
oh, dude, that is quite the nightmare right there.
It was terrible, bro.
Man,
it was hard to forget.
Yeah. So, with that, honestly, you talking about the food hitting the floor, and then having that professionalism not pick it up. My horror story, tonight's story, comes to you from a place outside the city, in a small town of Sisterdale, Texas. Dude, that pepper be coming back up. Woo! I just got a retaste of all that spice. Okay, hold on. Let me try this again. Okay, for the Mirepoix fans, this story comes to you from a small town in Sisterdale, Texas. Sisterdale. With a population of 103.
Is that even a population?
I mean, it was something, all right, but it was like,
it's a neighborhood.
I'll say this was like 5 years ago, maybe. And now, this restaurant I was working on, I'm not going to name names. It's changed owners. I don't think they deserve a bad reputation now that it's in new hands. But it was a spot ran by someone who used to be on MasterChef. He was the executive chef, and I got brought on to be their general manager. Honestly, I should have noticed the red flags. He was going through a divorce with his wife, who was his original general manager, and he had hired me out of rush, out of necessity, to sit there and say, like, look, see, wife, I don't need you. I got this guy now. Which, I mean, he was right. Shit, you didn't need her. I am all that is man, a juror. And so I'm sitting there and like I came to realize that the biggest thing holding this restaurant back was Mr. Master Chef. So we're in the middle of our own, mind you, these services, this dude was freezing food to cook the next day. If he got bored at any point during the day, he'd just be like, all right, Gilbert, shut it down. We're done working today. Just go ahead and close up, make a post about us being sold out. I'll stick everything in the freezer. That way I don't got to cook tomorrow. Make my life easier. No. Oh, man. So that was, again, horror enough. But we get into essentially a very similar situation where it's not so much that it's getting busy as it was in your story, but this one was this master chef did not like to cook. He did not like to ever prep. He did not like to set up his mise en place. He did not like to have anything. So we were a barbecue restaurant. I'm sure people in chat already connecting the dots. It was a barbecue restaurant ran by a master chef out in Cicerdale, Texas, where his man served frozen food. And we were heading into a Saturday service. Friday, we had closed early because he did not want to have to cook again. So he froze everything he had made 2 days prior and had pulled out of the freezer to thaw and then refroze it to rebuild it. But it's a Saturday, and this man drops a whole brisket on the floor.
Dang.
A Wagyu brisket.
Oh, man.
Drops it on the floor, and then I look at him. We make eye contact, and I say, God damn it, man. Now we're sold out of brisket. Do you see why I keep telling you we need to be doing the smoker every night before service? Because we would have had like 9 briskets. They would have been fresh today. It would have been beautiful and amazing. And like, you live on property, so stop being lazy. And he's like, what do you mean we're not out of brisket? And this man picks it up. It's already fully cooked. He picks it up, does a little, all right, we're good. Good. Put it back on the machine. And I'm just like, I don't feel comfortable with that, chef. I do not feel comfortable with that, chef. And he goes, no, you will be comfortable with that. You work for me, blah, 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 blah. You have challenged my standards and ethics, so now I'm mad at you, blah, 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 blah. And throughout that whole day, I was serving floor brisket, burnt chicken. Oh, yeah, and then here's the fun thing with the chicken. The smoker the night before had broken. And so he was getting the chicken. That was about the only thing we ever had fresh, right?
Yeah.
And he gets the chicken. Oil had leaked on it because the smoker was one of those super industrial size of a small trailer. You could literally fit over 1,000 pounds of meat in there, like multiple times over. It would rotate itself through the smoke to make sure you got an even cook. It was a beautiful machine. But it started leaking hydraulic fluid, it started leaking oil, and it had leaked it all over the chicken. And this man goes, just tell everyone it's a little burnt. They'll like the char. And I'm like, bro, that is oil. That is hydraulic fluid. That is not, like, that is soot. That is the oil dropped on the wood and brought up all that black smoke. And now your chicken is beyond black, and not in a cute way, not in a, oh man, it's like jerk chicken. No, it was like, you could tell, you could smell it. And this man he would have rather served that than ever admit to anyone that something bad happened and a mistake happened or whatever you want to call it. So honestly, as much as that, there's like a few horror stories out of there. I think my whole time there was a horror story. I think I spent like...
You said the whole time.
4 months. 4 months is all I could put up there. Because, I was naive. I believed that like, I can make a difference. I'll break through. I'll show the world.
We all do, man. We all do.
Now, hold on. Operative Coke Zero be popping off real quick. Okay. Incompetent coworkers are the worst. I've never quit over a guest, but I did quit over coworkers before. Once when I was a food runner, I had a server in a bad mood. She puts the orders in on the wrong seats at the table. So while I and a hostess are trying to figure out, she comes over in a huff, tells us we are slow and leave, and then she proceeds to give people the wrong orders. Then she comes into the kitchen 2 minutes later, yelling at me again not to go into her section. Then comes back 30 minutes later, yelling because I won't run food to her section, and she's mad that she has to do it. She goes and tells the managers, and they come to me as if I'm in the wrong. Luckily, the kitchen had my back. The hostess had my back. The other servers that saw had my back. But the managers refused to get any side but hers. So I blew a load on them and walked out. Only time I've ever walked out mid-shift.
Did you say blew a load?
Yeah. I mean, he's operative Coke Zero. I'm sure he does that often. Dude, that does sound like an awful day, though.
There's the horror.
I'm about to say that there is no horror more than actually being pushed to that brink.
Especially from your head weights.
From the people that are supposed to be, your quote-unquote leaders.
They're always the worst. For some reason.
And man, I always say, too, the most important trait a leader needs is the ability to stay whelmed, as Robin says. Dude, I can't believe we almost tore up this whole charcuterie board.
Bro, I'm going in. This was a great board.
Yeah.
We got some pecorino cheese. I don't think you've ever or haven't hit that up yet tonight.
No. I saw that. I was hoping it was like potatoes.
Nah, man. This is just. I'm grubbing, bro. I'm really happy.
I'm grubbing. I'm drinking.
That $100 charcuterie board.
I'm sitting here listening to these horror stories. Cause man, and like it's funny that a lot of these horror stories, just as Mr. Coke Zero mentioned, they come from coworkers. Like everyone has a bad guest, but that's never the horror story. That's like the expected. It's expected that throughout your day you're gonna have a bad customer or a bad guest.
I just thought about a story.
Break it down for us.
And it sucks, man, because I was one of the ones that was always working, and there's this one night that I didn't work. The craziest thing happened, and I could only hear about it. So there's always that one super cool girl that works with you guys. She's like super laid back, kind of like the girl next door vibe. Everyone likes her. She's like super low key but fun. You know what I mean? What was her name? I can't even think of her name. Let's say her name was like April or something, right? She goes into work on her day off, which is something everybody does as a server.
I don't recommend it, but
and this is why you don't recommend it. So you go to work on your day off. She's sitting at the bar. Everybody loves her, so the bar was giving her hella love, just throwing her drinks. Mm-hmm. And then she starts getting like super belligerent.
Ooh,
like but just at a snack or something. So the manager goes up to her and he's like, "Yo, April, like, let's like go to the restroom or something. Like, let's chill out." And all of a sudden, this chick just starts like going like super demonic. I swear to God, bro. This is what they was telling me. Like she starts throwing her fists, knocking everybody's drinks off, fucking like throwing chairs and whatnot. It was like, yo, somebody take it to the bathroom. She goes to the bathroom and she just starts, "This is not it, bro.
Oh, hell
yes. Crazy, yo." So they eventually like get her like a Uber or something, and they send her friends with her. And the whole time in the car, she's just like crying and just like, I don't know what happened. Like, straight up, bro. And honestly, like, I don't know how y'all feel. This is a lot of the reason why I don't celebrate Halloween. I believe in demonic spirits. I believe in there actually being evil energy that can be out to, go at your demise. So I don't play with that type of stuff. Because I've had a lot of things in my life that let me know, hey, these things are real. Don't play around with it. So when I'm hearing this story, I'm just like, yo,
the demon was in that bottle,
bro. And for somebody who was just so cool, man. Like, when I heard that she did that, they call it spirits for a reason.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
And I don't know what spirit she was drinking. Maybe the spirit of Jameson. The spirit of Bacardi. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, for the sake of storytelling, I must be honest. So the story isn't so spicy, but there was a time that this one I wasn't working downtown. I was still working out in like Bernie, I believe, but the companies were associated. The company that was out in Bernie, or the restaurant that was out in Bernie, was very closely attached to this restaurant that was out in downtown that I was very closely attached with. And yeah, for anyone watching, I'm sure they already know the story. But it was there was a woman that I was crushing on, and her and I had been on a few dates here and there. We had hooked up a little bit, and it was right at that, like, for everyone that works in the industry, especially front of house, there's like hooking up with your coworkers, and then there's that certain line where it starts becoming like dating your coworker. We were right at that line. We were like right around it, teasing in and out, toying around it. And what ends up happening is there's a huge event going on downtown at the St. Anthony on their whole little like rooftop bar deal. And I had just gotten apparently 2 turn. So it starts with going out. Boom, she calls me up. Hey, are you working this event? No, I'm not. Well, you should come out. I know they'll let you in because you're you. Oh, well, you right, baby. Let me meet you out there. I'll be there. I'll swing by. I'll keep you company. And so I drive over there. And mind you, it had been like storming. Like, I'm talking, this was back when I was in my hoopty. And there was a certain parts where I'm like just floating across the river because it was storming on a dark and stormy night. And eventually I show up, and she's already pretty like, oh, God. And so I'm like, let me catch up. And
dude, that's it right there.
Dude, that's the scariest part is when you're playing catch up. And from there, I do catch up, and my memory blinks. Then my next memory starts where I'm just in a stranger's car. And I'm in the back seat. I'm just like, where am I right now?
Yep.
And the driver, tries telling me, essentially like, hey, I'm an Uber. I'm taking you home. I picked you up downtown. And I was like, no. First of all, I don't use Uber. I don't know who you are, but I would never call an Uber. Second off, where are my keys right now? Third off, where are you right now? You're driving through some unknown destination here. I've never seen this part of downtown in my life. So I forced him to pull over and let me out. And then I just start walking. My phone, dead. All I had on me is like my wallet, and that was it. And even that, like, I didn't like, it was like an empty wallet, you know what I mean? So it was pointless, but I had it. And so I just start walking and walking and walking. And as I'm walking, I'm like sobering up. I'm trying to figure out where I am. And then I finally get to a gas station, call my mom. Shout out to moms. I'm like, you need to come pick me up. Like, you need to come pick me up. Go home, put my phone in the charger, pass out. And then when I finally wake up, I get the story. Because I'm like, someone has to have my keys. I'm not the type of person to lose anything. And I'm sure, as many of you know, when you black out, the horror story really starts the next morning when you have none of those memories and you're trying to piece together and rebuild and recapture.
No memories, no keys, no wallet, no phone.
Yeah, you're just like, what?
Where's everything?
And so the first thing I do is call my manager at the time, or the manager of the downtown location. I'm like, hey, the hell happened? He's like, oh, hey, Gilbert. And I'm like, hi. He goes, how you feeling? And I was like, dude, honestly, I'm feeling great. I never get hangovers, knock on wood. Shout out to Jesus, most powerful liver in the galaxy. Never had a hangover. That's a little treat for all y'all. But I'm like, yeah, dude, I never have hangovers. I slept some. I probably threw up a bit. Man, I don't even remember what happened. He's like, so you owe my wife an apology. She's the one that bought you the Uber that you jumped out of, like, while it was moving. So that she got a little negative demerit on her Uber account. And I'm like, ah. And she's like, and he goes, and you owe the following, boom, 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 and starts listing off like 5 different managers of the company. And you owe them all an apology as you tried fighting them all off in the bathroom. And all we were trying to do is get your keys away from you so you wouldn't drive because you were drunk. And whatever you had going on with that girl, I don't think it's happening anymore. And I was like, what the hell, why not? And he starts telling me that apparently I got drunk And she was like, hey, I'm calling it a night. I'm going to go. And my drunk self was like, no, you got to stay and party. You got to stay and party. And then it just turned into, she was like, nah, I'm leaving. Bye. And then I kept drinking. And then I started trying to find her, but my phone was dead. So I start like yelling out her name and asking anyone to help me find her.
Dang.
And so everyone's like, all right, he's clearly had enough. And they take me to the bathroom and they're like, hey, just give us your keys, man. Just give us your keys. We already called the Uber. We'll get you rolling, get you going. And I'm fighting them, man. I'm fighting them. I'm like, no one will take my keys. And like, apparently I was putting up a fight. Apparently drunk Gilbert was throwing down. And so, all in all, made a glorious ass of myself. And they're telling me that like it was like 10 minutes spent wrangling around the bathroom. One of the managers swore he'd never forgive me as like I shoved him into essentially a puddle of piss on the floor of the bathroom.
Bro, that's, oh man, no.
Dude, could you imagine trying to take care of one of your employees, someone you respect, and just...
That breaks it right there, bro.
Yep. Yeah.
I can't even look at you right now.
And I will say the next day, I showed up with a cake that said, sorry, I was being drunk. If you follow @GillyB on Instagram, you can actually see that cake. It's one of my posts.
You got to put that on the Mirepoix, bro. I think we need to, at that point, that's Mirepoix.
Nah, dude, it was, and then I get there, and of course, I don't have my car, so my mom has to drop me off, and she's like, no. I gotta go thank all these people that took your keys away, you know, being a mom. And so I have to walk back into essentially my old workplace that is still the same company that I do still kind of work for. Because they were doing like a whole festival, so it was like a whole 4-day event type deal. And I had to go there and just be like, hi, everyone. I brought cake. And luckily, the manager, the GM's wife, the lady who was in charge of organizing it all, she was pregnant at the time. So when I brought cake, she was like, oh my God, I've been craving cake. You're forgiven. Everyone forgive Gilbert. He brought me cake. And then everyone was like, all right, dude, she's been kind of a pregnant woman the past few days. So
that's crazy.
We shall forgive you. You brought cake. But
problem solved right there.
Yeah, hey, the universe always has my back. Even my nightmares turn into beautiful dreams. Or sweet dreams, I'm sorry. Yeah, even my beautiful nightmares turn into sweet dreams. But yeah, nah, man, it was... oh, man, these horror stories, honestly, I feel like we could fill up a whole book with them. Freaking industry horror stories.
But they're all triumphant in their own ways, right?
Hey, without them, I wouldn't be the man I am today, so, you know.
For anybody going through some nightmares right now, I'm just thinking like another 2 to 3 years, these are going to be, you know, your testimonies. So
yeah, and most importantly, things to laugh at, because that was the whole thing is, you know, we were all professionals. We've all been in the industry, and we all understand, hey, sometimes you get drunk. So, like, the next day, it wasn't like anyone was actually like, you owe me an apology, and I'm mad at you. It was a lot of laughter. It was a lot of love. It truly was like a family environment. But, you know, shout outs to the guy who rolled around in piss because I shoved him down. Yeah. But I will say this, though. He was also the person that always did not have my back. Like, he was always the guy who was trying to sabotage me at every corner. So,
karma.
Yeah, drunk me knew what he was doing. We intentional here at the podcast on the Mirepoix.
You should have said that from the jump. That kind of takes away my empathy for the guy.
Yeah, no, he's not a good guy. But everyone else is absolutely amazing. I love that place. So on that note, you know, thanks to everyone who submitted their spooky stories and their treats and all that in the chat. I think to the spirit of Halloween, we still got some Halloween festivaling to do. I know Kais and I were talking about, you know, taking some candy from kids earlier.
Bro, I want another board, if I can be completely honest with you.
Hey,
I had another stomach.
I just remembered. We like to do fun facts here on the Mirepoix. Here's a fun fact for you. Apparently, only one child has ever died from poison candy here in the United States, even though you hear it all the time. Check your candies. your kid's candy for poison, blah, 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 blah. Only one kid has ever died from poison candy, and it was actually his own father that poisoned him. So,
and be your own dad sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, still check your kid's candy.
Or just don't let them eat candy.
Yeah, raise a grump who hates Halloween.
They might be very successful in life. They just might.
But I will say this. I don't have any children of my own, but I have nephews. And the other day, like last year, 2 years ago, we all went trick-or-treating as like a fam unit, you know. One did like some spooky stuff, etc., etc. And at the end of it, we're checking their candy, and my guy, someone had like tucked a note, and it was like still sealed, but there was like a note in there. And so obviously I'm like, hey, this Reese's, I need to figure out, like, I'll be the taste tester on it because there's a note in here. And we open up the note, you know, so they're like, who the hell, how did this even happen?
Wait, the fact that you even said, I'm going to be the taste tester. Who's eating this note, bro? Like,
hey, it was. I wasn't eating the note. I was eating the Reese's that it came in.
But I was just saying, just even with that, I'm like, yo, we're gonna avoid this candy, right? This one right here. We eat everything else.
Dude, it was the only Reese's they got in the pack, man. You think I'm gonna let a Reese's go to waste?
Go buy Reese's. Like, go buy $1 piece of candy.
Look, see, you wouldn't understand because you're not a Halloween kind of guy.
At all. I don't understand. But continue on, sir.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're kind of like debating on whether this candy should even be ate or not. I'm like, you know what? Let's read the note. Let's see what it says. Bro, tell me why this note. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Stop lying, dude.
All right. Okay. So, real one.
You got served.
For those that partake in substances, there are some that make you, you know, see and hear things that aren't there and enhance your spirituality. It's totally legal where I'm from. There definitely wasn't anything illegal I was doing, but I was partaking in some of those, and it was definitely a good trip. You know, it was starting off as a great one, but
you hear somebody screaming?
Yeah, I mean, it's Halloween, bro. But that's honestly exactly what happened during my trip, is I start hearing people scream, and I start hearing all the things goes down, and I'm like, you know what? It sounds like auditory hallucinations. I just need to go outside and get some fresh air. And so I go outside, and I'm just like leaning up against like this fence post, and I'm just like, okay, whew, fresh air. I'll stop hearing all this stuff. I'll stop seeing all this stuff. I'll get into a good trip, you know. It'll be fine. And I just start hearing it. I'm going to kill your family. I'm going to kill your mom. I'm going to kill your mom. I'm going to kill your grandma. And I'm like, who the hell? What is happening right now? I need to get to the bottom of this.
You seen that, real quick, you seen that kid on TikTok? He's like, I'm going to kill my mom.
Oh, yeah. Little meme boy. Dude, Mirepoix reacts coming soon.
That's hilarious.
Because we love our memes. But yeah, dude, I'm sitting there leaning up against the fence and I'm hearing this. I'm just like, dude, what? I'm looking around. Of course, everything's all so I can't even really see anything. And I'm just like, who is saying this? And can you not? And then the voice just like, share it, and I won't. Share it, and I won't. And I'm like, share what? Like this fucking Halloween candy? Like what is happening? Because, you know, like when you're on it, your mind's not fully there, but like you're also still
trying to reason.
Yeah, exactly. You're still trying to sit there and like, let me rationalize this.
Sense of unsensible.
And so I'm like, who is saying this? And I just keep hearing like, share it, I'm gonna kill your mom. Share it, I'm gonna kill your mom. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And so I finally like, I turn around and I see like the fence post. It has a fence, or it has a face, and essentially it just starts screaming at me. You know, share this post or your mom will die in 3 days. Get it?
This was on Halloween.
No, it was a joke all about how, like, you know, there's always those like, share this post or your mother will die in 3 days. Share this post for 10 years. Good luck. That was all a build up. Yeah.
That was good. Yes,
anyways, that's what we'll leave it out on.
Wait. We have to leave it on that note?
Yep, that's the mic drop.
That was not a mic drop, but that was a great. That was. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, man.
Time waits for no one. We haven't even opened that bottle. Let's open that bottle, give a quick review, and then let's get it out of here.
All right, so Review on antisocial. The name is very fitting. With every sip, I wanted to share it less and less. I wanted to keep it for myself, and I wanted to be very antisocial. The cab at 71% really does shine through, offers a lot of complexity, gives you a lot of those tannins that kind of dry you out your palate and get you ready for the next bite, which honestly, everything I had on this board went incredibly well with that antisocial.
Shout out to Central Market.
Oh, dang. And so
and the Mirepoix.
as I chug mine down, you want to give your thoughts on the antisocial?
So I thought it was very easy to drink. Cabs are typically known to be a dry, complex wine, which it is, but with that, it can kind of scare people away because it's too complex, it's too dry. But I feel like this was really easy, and I'm guessing it's because of the other two grapes that are involved. It just makes it smooth sailing for me. I do agree. The more I drink, the less I want to share. And I do see myself killing a bottle of this in my backyard patio, watching some duck being smoked on a little smoker. Did you put that in your shot glass, bro?
Yeah.
That's very anti social to me. But I definitely enjoyed it. Shout out to Slate Theory.
Dude, and you know what? Honestly, with Slate Theory, I've heard their tour guide fucking crisp.
This is not a family episode.
Look, all I'm saying is they look.
Yeah.
This is just what I've been hearing around the hill country. I'm connected. I keep my ear to the ground. Got that psalm life going.
This is one. This is one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, dude, that's what I hear.
The one tour guide.
They got two tour guides. One's an older gentleman. One's a younger, eligible bachelor.
Younger lad. And
I hear that younger, eligible bachelor of a tour guide is definitely...
waits for no one.
Whew.
Time, in fact, waits for no one.
I've heard time does wait for Coke Zero, though. Actually, hold on, let me be Asian about this.
Hey, this is some etiquette. We at the Mirepoix, we're gentlemen and scholars. Yeah,
and if y'all can see at home, the label is facing the gentleman, grabbing it from the bottom of the bottle.
Hey, talk to him.
Here we have, it's oak aged, which, most reds are. If you have a red and it's not oak aged, please, cry. Ooh, it is Spanish in origen.
Ooh, this smells great, dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting, just off the nose, I'm getting some fig. I'm getting a lot of fig, some currants.
Monastrell.
Bro, this is a beautiful smell.
Hey, who's your favorite rapper?
Jay-Z.
Okay. Do you have Tidal?
Of course.
Wait, really? You use Tidal?
Yes.
You use Tidal?
Okay, let me read the track. When Tidal first came out, I think it was one of the albums. It might have been a Beyonce album or a Kanye album. You had to have Tidal to be able to listen to.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely a Kanye album. I remember that.
But I do say, if I'm going for a cognac, I will do say. I don't drink Ciroc. I support my peoples. Tidal, I've had it a few times in life. So shout out to Jay-Z. Jay-Z, I know you probably already have a chef, sir, but if you want the Chef Guy's experience, I'm your guy. Obviously, I'll be your guy. Beyonce, I can do vegan food. It's not my preference, but I can do it.
You'd have to denounce Alabama to cook for Beyonce, though.
No, her dad's from Alabama.
Yeah, but she's from Texas.
So say daddy's from Alabama, mama Louisiana.
And she's from Texas. Houston, H-Town.
I've been in Texas for all of my adult life. I always say that I'm from Alabama, but I grew up in Texas.
So now, just because it is Halloween, can I ruin Jay-Z for you?
No, you can never disrespect.
It's not disrespect. It's only the honest truth. It's for you to interpret however you want.
You cannot ruin. He can't ruin Jay-Z.
So I can give you this truth.
You can express what's on your heart.
So, in the industry, whether it's title, whether it's his marketing team, his promotion team, his managers, etc., etc., etc. Jay-Z pays below all industry averages. He exploits a lot of his workers through undocumented hours, things like that, and really,
I'm a hustler, baby.
he hustles hard through others' expenses. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want to be a chef?
Congratulations, you figured it out, Jay-Z. Thank you for doing what all of white America has done for.
But will you be his chef? Though? Will you be his chef knowing he pays less than what you're worth?
It's just being in the room, man. There's sometimes being in the room has more value than price points, and I'm that guy. If I can connect with people who are in the same room with Jay-Z might not pay me, but P Diddy will. Chance might. Wale, Ross, just people that are associated with the person. You gotta go beyond picture. But there was a meme out. I don't know if it was a meme, but it was a post. Would you rather have $100,000 or
dinner with Jay-Z?
Yeah, an hour to pick Jay-Z's brain or something like that.
And that dude is sitting there. Give me the $500,000. Fuck him. I don't know him. I don't care about him.
And for some people that might be, a legitimate answer. You know what I'm saying? But if you do have that hour with Jay-Z, you better make that a very powerful hour.
It can be worth way more than $500,000.
Yeah, you can't be out there, stargazing, in shock. Oh my God! Nah, you really got to go in there with a game plan, which is what I would absolutely do. And mad respect for Jay-Z being from the projects, Marcy projects in Brooklyn. My mother's from Brooklyn. And for him to come out and be the first billionaire rapper is powerful, man. So a lot of respect for Jay-Z. Always have, always will. And yes, sir. However you got to get it, brother. People do it all the time. There's no ethics in business, unfortunately.
I'm gonna hit you with this.
Yeah.
If I was to have a dinner with Jay-Z, I'd walk in, and the first thing I'd do is say, "Oh, you must be the person that won the dinner with me. Hello, pleasure to meet you. I'm Gilbert." Let him know right off the bat. This is a power play, all right?
Hey, this guy right here. And in fact, I would probably consult Gilberto the you. Hey, bro, I won a dinner with Jay-Z. What's my game plan, bro? Have an earpiece in my ear, like, yo, tell me what I need to say. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, whenever I do get to know new clients and start working with new clients, that is like, I treat it as if I was Hitch. You seen that movie where he's
referring to this? Are you like a Will Smith?
Oh, dude, all day.
On his nuts? Are you on his nuts?
I mean, dude, I asked you who your favorite rapper was. I didn't say, hey, whose dick you gonna suck? Like, you don't gotta.
Hey, that's personal.
Yeah,
That's going.
I'm gonna say this: Will Smith defeated racism in Latin America single-handedly, mind you. So you're welcome.
Racism in Latin America. So that's a whole other conversation. Because are we going to pretend like there are no black Latinos?
No, there's a whole mess of black Latinos that were very highly discriminated against. However, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was the first show in Latin America, at least in Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, and a few other major countries in Latin America, that was aired on their TV stations with a Spanish subtitles or dubs or anything.
This can get. Yeah, this can be a conversation. I think we should make a conversation at some point.
I'm gonna do so. Will Smith defeated racism in Latin America single-handedly. So I don't want to hear anyone talking about alopecia.
I would like to argue that at one point there was not any racism at all. That racism was created in Latin America, in all of the Americas, and all over the world.
Oh no, dude! The racism had been there. I'm not going to say since the beginning, but like media has never been friendly towards Black Latin Americans.
We're talking about before media, man. This is a Kanye West conversation right here.
Before media, never forget the day Mexico won its independence from Spain. When the Black Latin Americans were still acting as if they were still slaves, they're like, no, man, freedom for everyone, for all of us. Whereas, when the U.S. won its independence from, Britain, they're like, whoa. We won independence, all right? Not y'all. So
wait. Say that again.
In Latin America,
yeah,
when Mexico very first won its independence from Spain back in 1900 something, they were very, 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 very adamant on everyone had won their freedom. All the enslaved Native Americans, all the enslaved Africans that had been brought over due to all the slave trade that was happening in the Americas, and of course all the what is now Mexicans. And it was freedom for everyone, and there was no question about it. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. There was no, but like maybe they're like only 3/5 of a person. Nah, in Mexico they were all peoples.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, and it was the same in most of Latin America as the Spanish-speaking countries won their freedom from Spain. It truly was a freedom for all peoples in the colonies, whereas the United States of America is the only outlier that when it won its freedom did not give freedom to all of its peoples.
Yeah, it's called American History 101.
American History X.
Yeah.
With your favorite Latin X.
Yeah.
Don't ever call me Latinx, though. Don't you dare colonize my language.
But shout out to the Buffalo Soldiers, who did in fact help the indigenous people of America, which also ended up being the indigenous people of Mexico. So, power to the people. My girlfriend's Mexicana, but she's not like, I would say she's not real Mexican, but she don't speak the language. Or
she's American with Mexican background.
Which she gets offended when I say that, so I apologize if you're listening. She might say you're not real African, which I'm not. I'm African American.
Hold on, wait. Do you prefer never mind. We're sidetracking.
We can go there. We got a few minutes to kind of.
All right, the last minute
trick you up.
To tease into everyone for the kind of deep conversations we dive into.
It's the wine speaking, guys.
Do you like the term African American?
I'm really indifferent between African American, Black, Nubian, indigenous person now, whatever you want to, anything that's not disrespectful. And it's all about connotation. Like, what is your meaning behind it? No. If you're just like that black guy over there, just how you say it versus
like the word boy. Like it's like, hey, what up, boy? And it's like, hey, cool. Or you can be like, hey, boy, where's my charcuterie, boy?
I'm saying connotation has a lot to do. It's not what you say, it's how you say it a lot of times. So.
Ain't that the damn truth?
So you're not going to call me, hey, boy.
Dude, how quick would you punch the gas?
Get my mic.
Dude, this is totally about how you say things.
All day, bro. That's definitely one of my mantras, bro. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And so just be real careful about how you speak to people.
And it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
It's just, that's what it all plays into.
Dude, I love sneezing.
It's like an orgasm. What they say.
Oh, I thought you were about to sneeze too, and I was like, bro, let it out.
Nah.
Anyways,
which is not an orgasm.
So just to we're reaching that point. To add into it, what you got planned for this coming week, Kais? What you working on? What you brewing? What you
home on the range. Oh. Yeah, I'll be at like I said, my favorite. One of my favorite. Much love to the K's for showing our brothers some love. Much love to y'all for that. I will be at the. They're not gonna hear me, bro. That's the beauty in these whispers, man. Like, there's some things that go on in the ear that you never know. One day they might be like, "Yeah, man, just put us on," but I just don't know how they feel about that. No, I don't really care to let you guys know. But anyways, I'll be there this weekend. Looking to put the cookbook on the ClickFunnels so you all can go ahead and purchase the wow factor to your holiday, your Thanksgiving dinner, giving you some specialty items from yours truly, Chef Kaya's. Also, having our Thanksgiving package available for purchases. If you don't want to cook whatsoever, we do have I want to say it's like a 6, 7 item Thanksgiving package for up to 8 people, up to 15 people, and then you can add a bunch of cool things too if you would like. We are ready to serve you guys. So,
and is this just a package that I can like pick up, or do I have to have you like in my house?
We will be delivering this package to you.
Nice.
And this package will be beautifully packaged because, as you know, I'm all about presentation. You have to eat with your eyes before you eat with your mouth. And so, be beautifully packaged. We plan on giving you guys some really nice goodies to go along with that package as well. So, yeah, check for that this week. I already have it set up. I just have to make it available for you to actually. There's some weird things that I got to do through Square. But, yeah, that's what we got going on this week, brother. How about you?
Working on the Instagram, and I know I probably shouldn't do this since I'm just jumping into it. But we're gonna have a few more brands coming your way from your boy Gilly V. All tying into the family, all tying it into the guild, all tying it into the mad workings of my mind. If y'all have ever played the video game Psychonauts, jumping into my mind is sort of like committing suicide because there's a whole lot going on in there, and it does not work. And it does, it does work, but not in conventional ways. And I want to start letting y'all see more and more of that sort of madness and chaos that makes me the great human being that I am. So keep your fingers crossed. Keep your eyeballs tuned in. Please remember, this week is the first week that at The Guild TX is going live. That is THEGILDTX.
Hey, shout out to the progress, bro.
Yeah. Always growing, always moving, always grooving. Because just like fine wine, we get better with our age. Also, for all those that do like to find excuses to drink and find excuses to celebrate and need excuses to do anything in life, my birthday's coming up. So use that.
Buddy, the dirty 30.
The dirty 30.
He's coming.
So use that as your excuse to do whatever you got to do in life. Like if you just need a little vacation, dude, it's Gilbert's birthday. I can't go to work. Feel free to use it. If you need some time away with your lady or away from your lady or anything like that, hey, it's my birthday. Use that as an excuse. If you've been looking for a reason to go to the Renaissance Fair, boom, it's Gilbert's birthday. And if you've been needing that extra push to really get you where you want to be in life, it's Gilbert's birthday. So with that, it's Gilberto Casimiro Valdez Arias and
Chef Kaya's from the Chef Kaya's Experience with the mouthful of beautiful charcuterie food. This is great. Thank you guys for watching.
Boom, episode 13.
Much love, family.